have head coach Ashley Westwood and player Anne Chapman. Welcome. So let's start with the coach. Ashley, this is a very important game for the qualifiers. So how's the preparation and what is your target for tomorrow?
Hello everyone. No, preparation's been good. Obviously had a good workout against Nepal. Came up against a side that tried to make it difficult in defending, so it was a nice exercise with trying to break a team down. Obviously we had a game against Manchester United before where we had an opportunity to work on our defensive structure. So preparations have been good. Everybody's fit, raring to go. Had a few days training, obviously a recovery match or day after the game on the 5th. And then we trained 7-8 and we're due to train this evening. So all good so far, a little bit more detail to give, some presentations tonight, some meetings tomorrow, and then we're going to the game hopeful to obviously get a result, which is what we're here for.
Thank you. So for the player, first time playing Kai Tak Stadium, how's your feeling?
中文啊，英文，中文。hello， 第一次喺啟德比賽啦，咁早幾個鐘頭前就知道5萬張飛已經賣晒啦，咁其實所有球員都好期待呢場比賽嘅，尤其是呢場係對我哋出線都好重要一場比賽啦，所以我相信唔係淨係我一個，我相信全隊上下甚至乎球迷都好想快啲場波快啲踢，希望我哋可以踢到一場好嘅比賽俾大家。
So the players said they are very exciting because the tickets are already sold out and this game is important for the qualifiers. So they are very excited to play this game. Okay, so now it's time for media. Please raise your hand for questions.
No, I haven't spoken to anyone. I think I wouldn't have said obviously because I thought it was unobvious that would happen, to be honest, without losing in 9. No, it was a case of the noise was about me, so that's the message really. Do what you want. The players are relaxed. There's nothing the players have done wrong. The players are in good form, good spirits. We carry on as normal. Our preparations are normal. For me, it's a normal day at the office, if you like. If you want to have them views, then you have them. It doesn't bother me at all. All I will say is, young people come to the games. Families bring their kids to the games and you're trying to put on a nice experience for young kids to watch so they come back. If I was a young kid and I heard hostility, then I'd be confused and I'd be thinking, do I want to go to that environment again? So that's the first message. So you might think you're being clever, shouting abuse at me, which is unjust, but you're spoiling it for someone that's took their son or their daughter to the game, and you're also spoiling it for the players because the players are in good spirits, they're in good form and they feel confident. You hear boos, and regardless who the boos are for, that's going to come into your psyche as a player. So carry on with your boos, and all you're doing is affecting young children and affecting maybe players' performance. And in my eyes, I thought we were all here for the same reasons, to put a football product on to try and get a result. So have a think about what you're doing, and is that clever?
Next question.
Yeah, the squad is as it was. For Manchester United, for Nepal, we selected a squad that I believed was the strongest, regardless of what anybody else thinks. And the players we've had are all fit, and nobody deserves out of the squad I selected not to be in it. So to replace someone who's not injured and to put somebody out the squad would mean somebody's done something wrong, and nobody has. So for me, it's just the same. I trust the players, they trust me. And it's a case of trying to come together and get a result. So for me, there was no reason to change. Of course, we didn't score, but you also look at players that are missing as well. So for me, again, repeat myself, but no one deserved not to have another opportunity to try and help us to get the result. The spirit's good in the squad. Everybody gets on with each other. We're loud. We have fun. We have jokes, whatever you like, and there's no reason to change it at the minute.
Next question.
No, I mean, I have confidence in every game we go into. Talking about Afghanistan, we played Qatar and we drew 0-0 in Saudi Arabia, which after they just won the Asia Cup. I look at the India side, and for many years they've improved. Since I went to India in 2013, it's a million miles away from where it was in 2013. I know the coach. I watched the ISL. I know what he's been doing with FC Goa. I know his capabilities. I know a personal friend of mine that's also a personal friend of his, and he's a good coach. And he coaches right, he prepares right, and the players are fit. You know, they've just come off the back of a long ISL season. They had the Durand Cup before that. They had the Super Cup recently. And we know, and the players have listened and understood that they're up against a very, very strong Indian side that are fit, have got, you know, good spirit, and they'll give them a tough game. At the end of the day, India are ranked 120 in the world. We're ranked 153. And India's after going to the game as favourites. You know, they've just played Thailand as a warm-up game. They had a game against a Bengal 11 in Calcutta. And they're in good shape. They've been training since the 18th of May. You know, we know quite a lot about India, but what we do know is that we can't underestimate them. We're confident in ourselves, but we're not taking India lightly, and we're not taking anything for granted. We're just going to go about our business, and hopefully, you know, we get a good performance. You can't guarantee results in football, but what we can guarantee is our own personal performances, which is what we're looking to do.
Next question.
I think recovery first, obviously. You know, played 2 games in 6 days or whatever it was. You know, the weather's been hot, you know, the last 3 or 4 days, so we've had to, you know, take that into account, you know, training times and hydration and food. So, you know, we've give tactical information on India that we believe that they'll be looking to do, or where they're going to look to hurt us. And then, of course, we've gone 2 games without a goal. You know, so we're looking at avenues and ways that we can get a goal, because, you know, without being Mike Bassett, if you don't score, you're not going to win. So we're looking to score, of course. So we're trying to improve that, and there's many ways to score a goal. What I am confident should I say, is we don't need to score in the first 10 minutes, and we can give everything we've got, because I'm really happy and content with what we have on the bench. You know, we've got people that can come on and change things. We've got loads of different options, but certainly the focus is trying to score goals to win football matches. No, I think that's why you coach. That's why you come to, you know, certain places to try and improve things. And I believe, you know, we've been improving things since we got here. You know, we don't have to keep barking on about this record that people discredit. We've set records in winning games. We've set records in undefeated, and now we're going to hopefully set records of crowd attendance. So, regards that situation, things have been on an upward spiral. Of course, we haven't scored in 2 games, but you have to look at also the opposition we've played. Singapore are very closely matched to us. You know, they've had good results recently, you know, beating Tajikistan, who are ranked 104 in the world, which shows you their capabilities. Nepal have also got some good results as well, and obviously came here to defend. So it's not always easy to score a goal, but what we haven't done is concede one, and we haven't lost, which is a positive. We're just excited. We want to get the game started now. We want to show you what we can do, and obviously we're going to try and win the game. But like I said before, we're not the favourites, but we'll be doing everything we can to win it. But regards the crowd, hopefully we can keep building. You know, it shouldn't be hopefully just one flash in the pan and everyone comes because there's a new stadium. Let's hope we can arrange something sooner. You know, we're scheduled to play Bangladesh in October, but maybe there's an opportunity to get a home fixture in September as well. We'll be looking at that. So for me, just keep the momentum going, keep coming and watching us, and we'll do everything we can to try and excite you and try and score some goals and win some more matches.
First of all, personally, I didn't follow any Indians player, but what we're going to focus on our own performance and following the tactics coach is going to give it to us. And I think for the coming game, the thing we have to do is just focus on ourselves and play our game. The game play against Manchester United give us confidence to play, because it means that we can play against some big team, even they play in the Premier League. So I think the team in a good form right now. So we are in a good shape to play against any team in the coming months.
Next question.
其實一開頭話會喺啟德踢嘅時候，我哋唔好話全部球員啦，我自己其實都冇諗過話會賣晒啦，甚至乎可能預2萬至3萬人左右啦。咁但係到尋晚定唔知今朝見到話已經賣晒所有飛，有機會會紅旗嘅時候，其實係咯，同我頭先講一樣啦，大家都好興奮，因為我哋自己代表隊好似冇試過喺大球場 紅旗咁比賽啦，即係起碼我自己冇試過啦，代表香港隊嘅時候。咁我覺得呢個係一個好正面嘅影響嚟嘅對我哋球員，因為即係好老土咁講就係有多啲球迷入場，我哋先會有動力去比賽，即係會有更大嘅動力去踢一場好波俾大家睇啦。咁正如啱啱主教練所講，希望唔係淨係一次性啊，即係唔係純粹係因為有一個新嘅球場，所以大家就踴躍嚟睇一次啦咁樣。咁希望可以做咗我哋自己嘅足球文化啦，即係可以係大家每次一去到一個國際賽期嘅時候，就好似今次咁樣，大家上網不停搶飛啊，咁亦都係令到我哋球員會有更大嘅動力去爭出場嘅時間，因為好想喺一個咁多人嘅比賽出場踢啦。
Yeah, I think so. Quite a few players obviously have played in and around China. We've got a few naturalised players as well that have come from a real heavy football culture where they've experienced it as a child that's kind of ingrained in them. I think most of the players now have been round big attendances, so I'm expecting it to lift them, to be honest. The Indian players will have experienced big crowds before. Certainly most of our players have, and it's where you want to be. I think what's key for our players is they're confident and in good form. They enjoy each other's company. They enjoy what we're giving. They enjoy the product, and I think we all take strength from that. And the crowd will just be an added bonus.
Thank you. So this is the end of the press conference. Thank you and good luck.